everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome. Welcome back to another DCU update. I am really excited to be back today to feature the final DC animated film that has come out in 2022. And let me just say, after a true mediocre year, even though there were definitely some shining lights within the darkness in regards to the DC animated releases, I will say that the film that we're going to be discussing today from the original movie library, not the Tomorrowverse, is definitely the best release of the year. And that is Batman Superman Battle of the Super Sons, starring Jack Dylan Grazer as the voice of John Kent. Now, I know that there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with John Kent, but let's just remind ourselves about who John Kent was when he was first introduced to us, thanks to Dan Jurgens and Peter Tomasi, and the fact that this specific movie definitely takes those elements, especially considering the fact that probably the biggest surprise about this movie was that it was written by Jeremy Adams, who is currently an unsung hero in the world of DC Comics right now because there's a lot of people that are all abuzz about the current Flash run that he is writing, and a lot of people are saying you really should read it. And even though Dark Crisis has been okay, I will definitely say that his Flash tie-in was really, really good. But anyway, we're not here to talk about the Flash. We're here to talk about Battle of the Super Sons. So it is the story of John Kent discovering that his dad is Superman, and he introduces him to Batman and his son Damian, aka Robin, and it's very interesting to see how these two boys meet up and how they definitely don't like each other at first, and all it takes is one big adventure to have them realize that they actually need each other, can use each other, and more importantly, develop a very strong friendship. So they definitely took a theme that has been used by Bruce Timm's company many times before, the element of Starro. I mean, we've even seen James Gunn use that specific element in the Suicide Squad just a few years back. But what a great idea to use for John Kent and Damian Wayne to unite and become friends. I had such a good time with this movie. I mean, it was also a very interesting landmark for DC Animation because this movie was made with a very interesting and unique CGI animation. I think it was sort of used in the Batman Ninja film, I'm not exactly sure, but it's a little bit wonky, but it still does work very much. Like, it doesn't look like Pixar CGI, but it doesn't feel like 2D animation either. And it's definitely an interesting early stage in this animation, and I definitely would like to see if DC is planning to use it a little bit more often in the coming years. But this movie is a ton of fun. This movie is bright with colors and action. This movie has an excellent score. There's a lot of laughs to be had, and the most important thing about this movie is you just have fun watching John and Damian. That's really what it's all about. There's also a couple of interesting surprises thrown in there, like the Teen Titans and the rest of the Justice League over in the Watchtower. Definitely an exciting time. Definitely a breath of fresh air because after this year, I really thought that DC Animation had truly hit rock bottom, especially with Green Lantern Beware My Power. Catwoman Hunted was definitely fun, but it definitely wasn't the best film that I've seen, but Battle of the Super Sons was just flat out awesome. I just had a great time. And number two, it was great to finally see John Kent as a developing superhero in DC Animation rather than just a little baby or a child that we've already seen in Young Justice. So I've got to say that this may be the film that saved DC Animation in 2022 outside of Harley Quinn Season 3, which I had a really good time with as well. But I am now really excited to see where we're going to go next year when it comes to the original films as well as the current Tomorrowverse, because we've already been told what we're going to be getting, and there are definitely some interesting titles that I am personally curious about and hoping that they're going to end up being good. But Batman Superman, Battle of the Super Sons, lots of fun. Highly recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it too, especially if you want that classic John and Damian feel that you got from the Super Sons comic book that was written by Peter Tomasi. That's all I'm going to say about that. So that's it, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave your comments in the box below, and I'm looking forward to another year filled with DC Animation films and reviews. I will see you in the next one. If you enjoyed the video you just watched, feel free to leave a comment. Also, feel free to subscribe if you want to be up to date with our latest videos. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.